Now hold on just a minute. Don't you dare scroll past this moment. Don't let that thumb of yours carry you away from what I'm fixing to say, because I've seen you do it before. 5 times I sent a warning straight to your spirit, and 5 times you moved right on. You felt that cold shiver run down your spine. You felt that sudden tightness in your chest. You saw the signs, and deep down, a little voice inside you whispered, "This here's real." But you kept on going. You told yourself it was just a coincidence. You promised you'd come back to it later. You said maybe this ain't for me. But it was. Every single time it was meant just for you. And now here you stand, right at the edge of the last door I'm going to open this season. Now I ain't saying this to scare you. I say it because I love you too much to watch you walk past it again. This ain't just some random video. This ain't just entertainment. This is a straight message from my throne right to your ears. So I need you to stay with me till the very last word, because what I'm about to share will explain every burden you've been carrying and every blessing you're fixing to receive. I know all about what you've been hiding. I know about the nights you lay awake staring at that ceiling, feeling a weight on your chest you can't even name. I know about those tears you cried when no one was looking. I know about those prayers you whispered in the dark, so desperate your voice broke before you could finish. You thought nobody heard. You thought your words just vanished into silence, never reaching anywhere. But I want you to understand this. I caught every single one. I held every tear in my hands. I leaned in closer to you in those moments than I ever have before. And you felt alone, not because I was gone, but because the enemy was working overtime trying to fool you into thinking I'd turn my face away. He wanted you to believe your pain meant I'd forgotten you. He wanted you to give up right before the breakthrough. And you almost did. I watched you nearly surrender everything because that pain screamed louder than my promises. But you didn't quit. Something inside you held on even when your mind told you it was foolish. That something was me. I was the anchor in your chest that refused to let you drown, even when the waters rose too high to understand. Now listen here, because this is going to change the way you see yourself forever. Before you were even formed, before your first breath filled your lungs, I spoke your name in the halls of heaven. I didn't whisper it, no sir. I declared it loud and clear. And when I did, the angels stopped what they were doing. They turned to listen, because the weight of your name carried a purpose so mighty even the heavenly hosts recognized it. You were never an accident. You were never a mistake. You weren't some backup plan or afterthought. You were a deliberate, intentional, strategic act of my will. And I put something powerful inside you, so powerful that the forces of darkness saw you as a threat before you even learned to walk. That's the part nobody ever told you. That's the secret behind every strange attack. Every setback that don't make sense, every relationship that fell apart for no good reason, every opportunity that slipped right through your fingers just when you thought it was yours. You weren't being punished. You were being targeted. And until you understand that, you'll keep blaming yourself for battles that never were your fault. The enemy knew your anointing before you did. He saw the fire I put inside your spirit, and he spent years trying to douse it. Every lie told about you, every betrayal that blindsided you, every sickness that tried to settle in your body, every financial storm that came out of nowhere, those weren't accidents. Those were strikes planned and aimed to keep you from stepping into all I've prepared for you. But here's what makes him madder than a wet hen. After everything he threw at you, you're still here, you're still breathing. You're still watching this, you're still searching for me. That means his whole plan failed. He used his best weapons and you survived every single one. Do you get how powerful that makes you? Do you understand that the darkness couldn't snuff out your light, even when you forgot it was shining? Now listen close, because there's something happening in the spirit realm right now that ties straight to what you've been through. I sent my warrior, my archangel, the one who carries the sword of divine authority, and he's been standing guard at the gates of your life, fighting battles you can't see. 5 times he tried to deliver a message to your spirit. 5 times he broke through just long enough to touch your awareness. 5 times the noise of your pain and the fog of your weariness kept you from catching it, but he didn't quit. He stood his ground because I told him to. I commanded him not to leave your side till that message reached your heart. And this very moment, this is that delivery. You ain't just watching a video. You're getting the final transmission of a warning that's been trying to reach you longer than you know. Now I need you to understand why this battle's been so fierce around you, and why the weapons used ain't what you see with your eyes. There's a whole realm of strategy working beyond what this world teaches. And the reason so many of my children stay stuck in defeat is because they never learned the rules of engagement. They fight with emotion when they ought to be fighting with precision. They cry out in desperation when they should be commanding with the voice I gave them. That's why I guided the creation of a powerful resource I want you to claim right now. It's called the Seven Swords of St. Michael Archangel, the sacred guide to break curses, seal blessings, and activate the calling of the chosen. This ain't just a book. It's a spiritual manual that reveals the exact strategies the enemy don't want you to know. It teaches you how to wield the authority heaven placed in your hands, how to break the cycles that kept you trapped, and how to activate promises waiting for you since before time began. The link to download it's right at the top of the comments, the very first pinned one, and I want you to do something that'll mark this moment as a turning point in your life. Download it right now, then come back and comment, "I am chosen, and I will download the divine book." That comment ain't just words on a screen, it's a declaration in the spirit realm. When you say it, chains start to break. Some folks tried to keep this content hidden because it shakes up things taught for generations. But truth don't need permission to exist, and this truth is yours to claim today. Go on now, grab it, then come right back, because what I'm about to tell you next will set your spirit on fire. Now listen good, because I'm about to rewrite the story you've been telling yourself about your life. Every closed door that left you standing in an empty hallway, that wasn't rejection. That was my hand steering you clear of a trap dressed up like a blessing. Every delay that frustrated you, every year you felt wasted, every season that seemed to produce nothing, those weren't failures. Those were seasons of incubation, where I was building something inside you that can't be rushed. You can't build a foundation of gold in a single day. You can't forge a sword in just a few seconds. The heat, the pressure, the waiting, those ain't punishments, they're the process. And that process, it's almost done. Now listen here, y'all. The time of getting ready is coming to an end. The season to see things come to life is starting. Every trial that tried to break you down is fixing to become the story that opens doors for folks stuck in the same dark place you made it through. I want you to not just hear this, but feel it deep down in your bones. There's a morning on the horizon where you'll wake up and that heavy weight on your shoulders, it won't just be lighter, it'll be gone. You'll take a breath and it'll feel like the first true breath you've drawn in years. Your mind will be clear, your heart light, and that peace you feel won't make no sense given what you've been through, but it'll be real enough to bring tears to your eyes. Not tears of sorrow, but tears from knowing I kept my promise. Your money situation's about to shift so quick it'll knock the wind right out of you. Doors that were slammed shut are going to swing wide open before you can catch your breath. Relationships that were poisoned, they'll be healed or replaced with blessings so good you'll wonder how you ever got by without them. And your body? It's going to start healing right this minute. That pain you've carried so long, the one that's become part of you, you're going to feel my restoration touch every part of you, down to your last cell. You ain't too broken. You ain't too far gone. You ain't too worn out or too beat up for what I've got in store. I specialize in making the impossible possible, and honey, your situation, that's my specialty. Now I need you to listen close here because this is where the enemy is going to try his hardest to make you doubt. The battles you've been fighting, they're going to get tougher for just a spell. Not because you're losing, but because the enemy knows his time over you is nearly done. When a kingdom's about to fall, it fights hardest in its last hours. So when you feel pushback coming, don't take it as a sign this ain't true. Take it as proof every single promise I just spoke is on its way. Those attacks, their evidence, that opposition, that's proof. Heaven don't call out its angels for nothing. And right now thousands of angels stand guard round your family line. Walls of fire surround your home. And my archangel, the one who carries 7 swords of authority, stands at the door of your next season. And he ain't moving till every enemy camped out against you is driven off for good. That's why I'm urging you again. Get yourself the knowledge that changes everything. The 7 Swords of St. Michael Archangel is waiting for you right now, pinned at the top of the comments. This guide shows you how each sword cuts through a different kind of attack, whether it's generational curses, spiritual roadblocks, or invisible chains keeping blessings from getting to your hands. Every chapter tears down a layer of the prison the enemy built round your purpose. Download it, start using it, and you'll feel a shift in your life's atmosphere in just days, not weeks, because truth is heaven's fastest weapon, and this guide is packed full of it. Download it now. Comment, "I am chosen," and I will download the divine book. Let the enemy hear your voice say it, and watch him retreat from the ground he's been wrongfully holding in your life. Now let me speak straight to who you are, because that's where the deepest healing begins. You ain't who the world says you are. You ain't the name spoken over you in anger. You ain't the label folks put on you because they were too broken to see your light. You ain't your worst mistake or your biggest failure. You ain't the sum of all those wrong turns or regrets. You're my child, and that title outweighs every other one they tried to pin on you. You're chosen. You're anointed, you're protected, you're favored. You're armed with a power most folks won't understand, and that power's about to come alive in your life. When you walk in a room, the whole place shifts, because my presence walks with you. When you speak, your words carry weight beyond their sound, because my authority lives in your voice. When you pray, heaven don't just hear you. They answer you, because you ain't talking as a stranger. You're talking as mine, and mine get answers the world can't explain. Now close your eyes for a moment if you can, and let me paint a picture on your spirit's canvas. I see you in the months ahead, and you're different. Not broken different, but whole different. Your face holds a peace folks notice without a word from you. Your eyes shine a light that pulls people in because they want to know what changed. Your home's full of laughter again, not forced, but the kind that rises from real joy, the kind you thought was lost forever. I see provision flowing into your life from places you never expected and couldn't have planned for. I see your kids, your family, your folks all touched by the same wave of change that starts with you right now. I see the ones who doubted you standing in awe as my promises unfold with a precision that leaves no room for chance. This ain't wishful thinking. This is prophetic sight. This is what I see when I look at your future. And my vision's never once been wrong. So here's what I need from you. I need you to let go, not of hope but of control. Let go of trying to understand everything before you trust me. Let go of the timeline you set in your mind for when things should have happened. Let go of the bitterness you carry toward those who hurt you, not because they deserve forgiveness, but because that weight ain't yours to bear and it's blocking what I want to pour into your hands. I need you to rest, not just your body but your mind too, real rest, sacred rest. The kind that says, I don't know how this is going to work out, but I know who holds my future, and that's enough. When you enter that kind of rest, you unlock something in the spirit world that no amount of hustling could ever do. You open the floodgates of heaven into your situation, and what took years of struggling starts to come together in moments of surrender. I'm setting this word over your life right now. Every promise I've spoken is being written down in heaven's record with ink that won't fade. No demon can erase it. No trouble can override it. No person can block it. What I've declared over you is done, and the blessings are already moving. But I'm asking you one last time to take the step that separates those who hear from those who receive. The 7 Swords of St. Michael Archangel ain't just a book. It's the key to a door that's been waiting for you to open it. Inside are prayers, declarations, strategies, and revelations that'll turn your spiritual authority from asleep to unstoppable. The enemy knows what happens when a chosen one learns to fight sharp, and that's why distractions will come trying to pull you away from getting it. Don't let them win. The link's pinned right at the top of the comments. Download it now. Comment, I am chosen, and I will download the divine book. Now just watch what unfolds in your life over the next 7 days. You won't hardly recognize your own story no more. I am your father, your protector, your provider, and the one who keeps every promise. I ain't never lost a battle, and I sure as shooting ain't fixin' to lose yours neither. The war's over, child. Victory's already been claimed. That life you've been praying for? It's closer than your next heartbeat. So rise up, chosen one. Your time's come, and those angels hovering all around you, they ain't here to see you stumble. They're here to see you soar. Go on now, go in my peace, go in my power, go with the rock-solid surety that the God who spoke the stars into being just spoke your breakthrough into reality. And just like that, it's done.